Ahoy and welcome to this week's video. I'm in a little bit of trouble because basically I need to get the boat lifted out to do a load of work. However, the boatyard is full. Basically loads of people who were supposed to get launched have turned around and said, oh, we don't want to be launched yet. So they've run out of cradles and I can't get the boat out. So I'm looking for things to do that don't require me to get the boat out, and one of those is the water pump. You'll know from my little incident with the RNLI that I've been having some water issues. I don't believe that the pump is the main issue. It was getting water through the sail drive leg, something that I'm going to address when I get lifted out. However, if you recall when I fixed my water pump up last time, the cam inside the impeller, which I'll show you in a little bit, I believe it's the wrong size cam, and I just thought, you know what, maybe that's what was causing my impellers to deteriorate prematurely and stuff like that. So I'm just going to get a new water pump, belt and braces, and I'll keep the old one as an emergency spare. It's not a big drama to actually change it, but that's what I'm going to show you this week. I am going to replace the water pump of my Penta 2002, and hopefully it will be a nice little simple job. I had to say it, didn't I? It's gonna be awful. Yeah, let's get on to the other camera because this is my fancy one and I don't want to get it dirty and wet, and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, this is my engine bay and this is my Penta 2002. So this is a direct raw water cooled engine. So what does that mean? That means the water comes from the seacock in the sail drive, or it did, through this pipe into the impeller, up into the thermostat housing, and when the water's warm enough it goes through the galleries in the engine and out the exhaust, rather than going to a heat exchanger and the engine having its own water on board, and then the seawater would go to a heat exchanger and overboard. This is direct raw water cooling. So the little water pump down here is what I'm replacing today. See this cam here? I had to order this as a separate part, as part of a kit, and I believe that this cam is actually the wrong size and is too thick. I think it's about twice as thick as I need it to be, which is maybe leading to early deterioration of this impeller. And it had a few little leaks and stuff as well, so we're going to get this off and swap it for the other one. It's only a case of 3 bolts just here, and I'll show you how it actually engages with the engine and how it works in just a minute, but let's have a look at the new one first. Et voila, this is the new pump. I'm not going to take the front off because it's already got the impeller in and the seal on it, so there's no point breaking that factory seal and having to put a new gasket on there. But as you can see, it's got a new O-ring on the back, because where this mounts to the engine is basically just inside the actual engine, so it needs to have an oil seal just here. It actually has another oil seal just behind this bearing, and this here is and this here is a witness hole, so there's also a water seal on this side. So this witness hole, if this water seal fails, then the water will drip out through here rather than going in and mixing with the oil in the engine. So inside the engine is a little socket that this fits into. I don't know if it actually makes that noise, and when the engine is turning it rotates this clockwise, which draws the water in from this side and pushes it out the other by way of that cam. And in here you can see that this has the new rubber seals, just rubber gaskets inside as well. So yeah, in theory we're good to go. I'm going to razz this one off. We'll have a look inside the engine and I'll show you what this actually mates into, and then we'll get the new bad boy on. The issue that I had last time I was messing around with this pump was this stupid little springy thing. Trying to get that on, for some reason I just forgot how it went on and couldn't get it on, so this time I shall try and remember. It would have been interesting to open the new one up just to check on this cam size, but I'm 99% sure that that is twice the thickness it should be actually. I mean, you can see just how much deflection there is on the blade of the impeller there, so yeah, we'll see. But she's coming off. Alright, first of all, I'm going to remove this little brackety doodad. I think I had loads of problems getting this on last time because it was getting this to line up straight. I think because there's a bracket here which holds this pipe, and I think I tried to fasten that too soon along with the one at the back. I think I maybe had to undo that as well. So I'll do... oh, oil. We shall investigate that. Yeah, so I'll razz this off, he says. Take that doodad off, and that basically just secures these pipes in against those rubber gaskets that I showed you. Getting mixed up. Oh, there's a cog on it. I must have to replace that. It's a bit oily. Right, I'll just clean this up a minute and then get back to you. Alright, so old, new. We've got this cog on here. You can see the scroll pin just going through there, or rather I can, I don't know if you will. So I need to remove this circlip, take this cog off, put it onto here, and Bob's your uncle. Unfortunately, I don't have circlip pliers, so we'll have to think about something. Maybe I can get it with these. I think I need to go and find some circlip pliers from somewhere. I shall return. Et voila! I managed to borrow some from the office. Right. Go on. Didn't even lose it. So you can see this just has the receptacle for this doodad. That'll just pop on there. Ding ding ding. And then get this bad boy back on. Is that on? That doesn't seem like it's on. Yeah, it's on. Right, back inside. Alright, if you look in there, you should just about see the other side of that gear that mates with the one that I put on the back of the water pump. So basically I've just got to slot the water pump in now, make those gears up, get these two pipes sealed in the ends, and that's effectively it. The nightmare that I had before was getting these two to go into the pipe, to the pump properly and get it in position, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to stick a bit of washing up liquid on here just to ease that a little bit, and I'll probably take the rubber bits out of the new pump and put them on here first. Yeah, something like that. Use a little rubber. Oh, I didn't put the washing up liquid on like I just said, did I? I'm a damn fool! There. Right. That will be that one. That will be that one. I have this ready to go, which goes like that. Yes. We'll see. Obviously, we've got this O-ring on the back as well. We need to make sure that's seated correctly when we bolt it up, otherwise we'll be leaking oil as well. Get off. No, come back out. Is it something like that? Well, that isn't right. Got to bolt in and see how we go. think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't test it. Yeah, so I think that's that. Quick and easy little job, hopefully. I've got a feeling it's going to leak on the engine side of it, but unfortunately I've got no way of testing it until I have a water source, and I don't have a water source because my sail drive is buggered and my heads is connected to the other inlet. So yeah, I'll test it once we're going to get lifted out. I'll motor around and give it a run, see how it goes. If there's any problems, I can just get towed around, so it makes no odds. But yeah, that's that. Nice little video for this week. One job off the list. Other jobs on the engine: replace the engine mounts. I've got those already. Full service, fuel, oil filters, belts, oil change obviously, and the pencil anode that's inside the engine. I'll do all that in another video. Then the sail drive seals at the bottom. I'm also thinking of doing a modification, which I think I saw somewhere, I haven't invented it, whereby the dipstick hole on top of the sail drive, making a little screw-in fitting for that with a barbed hose thing on it, putting a little oil hose on it that's see-through, coming up above the waterline with an oil pot at the top filled with the correct oil, which is just engine oil, and that way the sail drive seals are always under pressure from the oil being above the waterline. So if they do fail and something happens, the oil will drop and go out rather than the seawater coming in, and that'll be another level of protection for the sail drive. If I get around to that, that might be a job for winter, but yeah, that's the plan with that. And then the diaphragm and compression ring. Unfortunately, the compression ring is really rusted, and they're like 400 quid for a new one, something like that. I think it was 300 or 400 quid for a new one, so I'm not buying a new one of them. I'm going to remove it when I do the sail drive diaphragm, and I'm going to, if possible, just repair it, get all the rust off, see if it's too damaged. If it's not too damaged, I'll just spray it all back up, tart it up a little bit and put it back on and replace the sail drive diaphragm, and that should be it. As I said, I can't get lifted out just yet, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. It's no fault of boat folk. Literally, people have said they're going to be out of the water for 4 weeks, and they've been there 8. It's probably no fault of theirs either. It's just one of those things. So I have been doing some other stuff. I've been doing some networking stuff, relocating the Orca, putting in a Wi-Fi network, and putting in Starlink. which I think is going to be important over this sailing season. Because basically I can't afford to go in marinas, so I'm going to be at anchor and I need to be able to upload videos. So yeah, I'm part way through filming that. I'm just waiting on some money and some parts, and then that'll be that one. And then we'll be sailing. We'll probably do a couple of little... I want to get the sails laundered as well. Steve at Moet Sails said he'll launder them for me if I film it and show you guys. He's a brilliant guy, Steve. One of the nicest people on the planet. As is my friend Joe, who works for him. I don't know anybody else there, but if they're anything like those guys, they'll all be fantastic as well. So yeah, he's going to have a look at that for me. I'll show that to you guys. Check the rigging. I'm going to get a chap called Andy Gordon, who's the local rigger. I'll get him to go up the mast, sort the VHF aerial out, install an AIS aerial, because I've got AIS as well, and then check why that spreader's all wonky. Well, I know why it's wonky, and I know he'll say replace it, but I can't afford to replace it, so I'll figure out a bodge for it. Realistically, I'm going to be going across the channel to Cherbourg, and then everything after that is going to be short day hops, sort of Cherbourg, Alderney, Alderney, Guernsey, Guernsey to Sark, Sark to Granville, Granville round the sort of Brittany and around to Brest and that area, around the peninsula into all those little islands and stuff. So it should be really, really good. There's no I wanted to do a wind vane, but I can't afford it, and because it's all day sails, it's far less important. Effectively, I want to go across the Atlantic obviously and stuff like that, but I don't have the money now to do it at this time, so I can't just sit around waiting for the money. I need to get out and go sailing. So yeah, I'll get another job in the winter and see how we go on. Unless, of course, the channel suddenly starts making money and then I can pay for everything. But that seems to be something that happens to other people. Right. Yeah, I'll sign off for this week because I've just been waffling for 5.5 minutes, which is probably longer than all the rest of the video. Because, you know, I have done a waffle and stuff. So, alright. See you next week.